Just a huge team win, total team win. Started off by pick six here, setting the tempo and the tone for our defense, playing a great game. Made some schematic adjustments coming into it to kind of combat their bigger bodies with at least one of our slightly smaller bodies than them. That's a great team that would be unbelievably talented, man for man, and led by a guy that again is an icon of the game of football, and a guy that's made me a better coach this week. Mac Brown, again, just can't say enough good things about his contributions to college football and obviously to Texas and the University of Texas. Total team win. Very happy to send Nick out on the right note. I think his guys were playing for themselves and certainly playing for him of being a much maligned group these last few weeks and coming up huge and finish it, bookending it with pick sixes. I'm not sure how Derek Malone scored. We need to do some sort of physiological study on that kid because he's welded together, tacked, there was some sawdust thrown in there and spackled them together and somebody scored. But a huge win and something that our young guys need to build from and use as a boomerang into our kind of our next phase academically and strength training, etc. on into spring ball, and sending out these seniors in a winning fashion is something that is very, very pleasing.
Having them win this ball game, great inspiring win going into next year, but just talk about the senior class if you would.
We'd be here for a long time. No, these guys, this group of guys is incredible. I've been coaching 19 seasons, and this group of guys has never existed before, and I've coached with some great guys and for some great guys. But you know, these two guys, unbelievable bedrock type of guys, and not only the guys that are kind of the marquee guys that everybody knows, whether it's Wado or Taylor Hart, but you know, Daryl Hawkins and Dustin Haynes, those guys get you, and guys that will their contribution to Oregon football will endure forever. Not only the fact that this is the most successful group kind of cohort in Oregon history, but just what a guy like Dustin Haynes is just so telling of this class. The guy never played a meaningful snap other than as a holder, never played a meaningful down, and I think he was our best leader in our program. And that says a lot about these guys, their willingness to lead and be led by a guy like that. And certainly as a rookie in this, I couldn't have been with a greater group of guys. I let them down by not having a -0 at the end of our record. And these guys are awesome.
Cedric and Jackson, Jeffco kept you up all night, a lot of nights this week. Talk about how your offensive line protected and defended them and kept them at bay against Marcus.
I slept really well except for our 3-year-old daughter because of how we prepared. And our guys, we had that little lag point of finishing finals. We had kind of some practice on the weekends that were more or less kind of just, keep your timing, stay fresh, a little bit of conditioning, some tackling work that you try to maintain during that that period. But when we went to game plan and we started preparing for Texas, these last 2 weeks were our best. These were our best 2 weeks of practice all year, and that helps you sleep at night. That is an incredibly talented defense, and they do a great job. And they did a really good job scheming us tonight, and we did a good job for the most part recognizing things and attacking their front, and then that led to some of the big runs by Marcus, the big runs by the tailback. Coming into this game, when you look at how Texas has played a mobile quarterback, whether it's the Oklahoma State guy, I apologize for not knowing guys' names, or Bryce Petty or some of these other guys in this conference, there were some things there for the quarterback to make some hay, and how they fit their coverage route-wise. A lot of it was 1-2 open space, get out and do your deal. And he's closer, he's still not 100%, which is scary, but the guy's special. And when these guys, you can see these guys hunt up blocks, and when he was kind of closer to being, capital M Marcus, and our guys felt that, things were better. Certainly would like to punch in a few more touchdowns instead of field goals, but some would be happy and some would be mad that we kicked some field goals. So.
Josh, you said this week that last time you came to Texas, you played very emotionally, maybe over the line. Can you describe your emotions tonight during the game, the final game in Texas, and also now, kind of?
Last time I came to Texas, we was playing at LSU, I believe, and kind of was overly excited, and I feel like I drained myself during pregame. So I took my time, and I took my regular pregame rituals and applied it to this game, and I didn't get too excited. I just got excited at the time. It was time to get excited for, and my feelings now is it's great. I feel great leaving off on a high note, and just being around my teammates celebrating in the locker room. It was something great and something special. It's going to last for a lifetime.
Over here on the right. Mark, now that your first year's in the book, over here on the side. There you go. Now that your first year's in the books, how do you describe it? Feel like it was a success?
That's for you to decide. I don't think in those terms. I think of how well we can prepare these guys and what's next. And I won't have too much time to sit back. We're going to celebrate tonight with Diet Pepsi. Is Diet Pepsi good to say? Or Gatorade, Powerade, Gatorade Propel Zero, and enjoy it. And then we'll get back to recruiting and back to our winter phase of conditioning and just hammer out this next phase. There's not too much time in this business to relax, and I think that's even spending more time with Coach Brown this week, and it's funny hearing how he talks and after a win and how your emotions go, and then how devastating a loss is. You don't get to celebrate, so I'll take his advice and think about it for about 24, 48 hours and then get back to work. Celebrate New Year's.